Assalamu alaikum, dear friends and fellows. How are you? I welcome you on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, there are certain good habits, certain bad habits. The good habits allow us to become successful and to achieve whatever we want to, while the bad habits are actually acting like our own worst enemies. So, for all that reason, it is very, very important that we keep eradicating the bad habit and keep taking the adopting the good habits, my dear friends and fellows. So there are certain good habits, certain bad habits. We are going to talk about the good habits, the good habits which are so useful, so beneficial, that it with the help of it we can achieve anything else we want in our life. We can become quite a successful person by adopting these five habits. So, these five habits are very, very important, the most important ever, but still quite doable. These are not very complicated in nature, rather simple enough to practice it on a daily basis. Now, let's look upon what are these five habits. First of all, my dear friends, it is set clear goals. Setting of the clear goals, very, very important indeed. Unless and until our goal, we don't have a goal, we have just a wish list. We have just a wish list, and wish list is not going to work at all. I want this and I want that. It is not going to work at all. We need to have clear goals, that this is what I am going to achieve, and we need to set quite clear goals. But goal setting, we must be very realistic one while setting of the goal. Why do I make it, why do I call it for a realistic goal? Because if at all we have achieved, this will be achieved, and once it is achieved, we will learn a lot while the process of achieving it, and there will be a lot of confidence in us, in ourselves as well, that yes, I can do that. But if at all I set an unachievable goal, what is going to happen then as a result of that? There will be a self doubt instead of the self confidence, that maybe I can't do that. It will be a huge wastage of the time. At the same time, I can reach the bigger goal step by step, but directly, being an unrealistic one, I think that will be a mere wastage of the time and resources and the energy. So let make a very clear and very realistic goal, very clear and very realistic goal. And now the number two is, it is the second habit is prioritize daily planning. The second habit out of the five is prioritize daily planning. And what is this daily planning? We need to have a to-do list. Having a to-do list on the one hand, and always keep making the to-do list. I always keep making the to-do list, and then set priorities. That is very, very important. Setting of the prioritizing them, that is very, very important. Prioritize daily planning. Now the third is cultivate a growth mindset. What is this one? The third habit is cultivate a growth mindset. What is this growth mindset, by the way? It only mean that there are certain things we will talk into the detail, but at the moment I am going to say one thing, and that one thing is that every difficulty hurdle should be taken as an opportunity to learn, as an opportunity to grow, as an opportunity to raise your self confidence. So take the difficulties as an opportunity and not as a difficulty at all. So dear friends and fellows, the third habit which we need to have so that we are able to achieve anything else we want in our life, the third thing is cultivate a growth mindset. Now the fourth simple habit which we must have to be a successful person, That is consistent learning and improvement. Consistent learning and improvement. Because if at all we stop learning, we will stop growing as well. We need to keep learning, but we need to learn something which will be applicable in our own life, something which will be applicable in our own life, so in our own goals. So we need to keep learning, we need to keep improving. Improvement is a must, learning is a must, and both of these are interconnected at the same time. One mean, if at all somebody is improving, it means that they are learning the right and the needed item. And if at all somebody is learning the items which are the needed item, they will keep improving automatically at the same time. So we need to keep learning, we keep and we need to keep learning and keep improving. That was the simple habit number four. And now the simple habit number five and the last is build a sportive network. The simple habit number five is build a sportive network. That is very, very important indeed. We need to have a sportive network. We need to do the social networking, the networking where it is needed. And we need to do the networking with the right sort of people, the people who have a kind of knowledge which we are in need of, the people who are positive of nature on the other hand. So I think that we need to keep making a sportive network. The five of these things combined, I think the five of these simple habits will turn us into quite a successful person. If even if at all we were a failure earlier, we are not going to stay a failure at all at the moment. Why? Because we are learning now the six simple habits which can make us achieve whatever we are willing to achieve, whatever is our goal, whatever is our target, whatever is our plan. I think it is really, really great. Apparently it might too simple, but it is simple at the same time. Not only very simple, but at the same time it is quite effective as well. Thank you very much, my dear friends and fellows. Allah Hafiz, Nasir.